What's going on, Ruvimbo?
I'm good. How are you, Sanjay?
Ruvimbo, sorry.
Ruvimbo. It's okay.
Right. What's
Learning
going on?
progress.
So today, we're talking about group economics.
Okay.
So what do you think about it?
I think maybe explain to people what you mean by group economics. So
I think what I mean by group economics is that's basically people. They should, like, especially people in the community, like, if you got a craft, you're good at something, yeah, you don't have to ask for money first. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you live around the area.
Okay.
Like, to build the area that you live around.
Okay.
So you might say, alright, you're good at driving cars. Do you know what I mean? So somebody else don't know how to drive a car. Then it's like, alright, it's your friend or somebody that you know in the area. And you call them and say, okay, I teach you how to drive a car.
Okay.
Will you teach me how to do that? Or maybe you do me a favour next time. And that's how, like, group economic works.
Okay.
Like, the community will prosper together.
Okay.
So what do you think about that?
I think that's good, to be honest, because I think no matter what, they always say charity just start at home.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you do have a skill and if you're aware of the economic situation, like, I do get creatives do need to eat, but I feel like if you're aware of the economic situation of the people around you, and you've got the skill, and let's say even like the way we are collaborating, like, yeah, we could have the money, but I think it's quite a good thing that when you understand people's situations, especially now with current times, if I have a skill, for example, and I can utilize that skill and you can utilize the skill that I have, I think it's important to help each other because it helps us build. So I think a lot of people in the community have these skills or want to do something like, let's say, music production or editing, and they want to progress, but they don't know anyone that's got maybe software or got a computer or can't afford it. And I feel like if you are someone that does have that and you can facilitate that, I think doing something for free is not a bad thing, because I feel like it's a bit before, like when I was speaking to Gangster Granny, and she was like, sometimes you've got to do things for free in order to get paid. And I feel like it's like what we said before, it's about...
Is that what she said to you?
Yeah, exactly, literally. Yeah. And she was
Gangster
like...
Granny.
Yeah, Gangster Granny.
Big up!
Big up Gangster Granny, no, it's just the truth. But she was just like, at the end of the day, like what you say all the time, you've got to know what you're doing. What are you doing? What you're doing for? Like, are you doing it for history? Are you doing it for the girlies, the man them? Why are you doing it?
So some people are doing it for girls, basically. Like, if you're doing music, you're doing it for girls. And some people just do it for, like, to get attention. Yeah,
whatever. I feel like whatever your soul's telling you to do, go for it. You know, because I feel like whatever journey you take, there's lessons to be learned, and maybe your soul needs to learn from that journey. Yeah. But before I digress, what do you think about that? Like, group
I think it's really very good, because, like, a lot of people, you know, like, just don't understand in the community, like, because they think, right, if you do something for free, that means, like, you're getting finessed or something like that. Do you know what I mean? They don't think about it like community cohesion and unity. Do you understand? They don't think about it like, okay, I want to build up my community. Do you know what I mean? And they were just like, all right, pay me first, bro. No, how much? Pay me first. Yeah. Or I got kids to feed. I got got bills to pay. But at the same time, if you think about it, how much the bill? Do you know what I mean? You're already paying your bill anyway. And do you think, like, that £200 is gonna, like, what is it gonna do for you? If you want that someone, it's like, say that person is basically, you can work again and again and again and again. But if you done, let's say you done something with money for someone and he's not happy, he's not gonna come back again. Do you know what I mean?
True.
And at the same time, you might be like, all right, you live in the same community, right? So it's like, all right, I've seen a lot of people that don't live in the same community, the same neighborhood. That was like, all right, I'm getting your money and walking out of the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you're whizzing inside the area, why not doing it? You know what I mean? Exchange of ideas. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You know something, okay, I learn from you. Yeah. I know something, I give you what I know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then by that, so that's how you expand. Yeah, you expand your community, you expand your talent and everything. And that's, you know, by that, when you're not going to feel like you need someone else. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to get somebody else outside your community to do the work for you. Because, oh, hold on, I know that Ruvimbo, she knows how to edit videos. Do you know what I mean? I need to call her over. Yeah. And one of my friends is going to call me over, oh, do you know someone how to edit video? Yeah, I know that. So the whole thing gets circulated
Yeah.
around you, and you know what's going on, and then you attract other people from different communities that come in there and take you. Do you understand?
Yeah, that's true.
But I've noticed a lot of people that when it comes to like videos, cars, you name it. Do you know any craft really? So what you're gonna do, like teaching.
Yeah.
What you're gonna teach? What is it? From history to lessons to what is it? I don't know. Any kind of job that you're interested in. There's a lot of people I guarantee outside in the community that know
a lot of things and information, that they could pass on.
Yeah, but they feel like, oh no, I don't want to pass it on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you find, do you think that's a good thing?
Do you know what? I feel like, again, I think the thing is, you opened my mind when you did say, like, if you've already been paying that bill and, you want that extra money.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, it's that idea of like people being led by fear.
Yeah.
I think when you're led by fear, you make really angst decisions, like decisions that are not led by progression, because you're so scared and you're fearful.
Yeah.
And I think I think it's not good when you're constantly just driven by dollar signs or pound signs, because you're not seeing the bigger picture. Because I think money is fleeting. Money is supposed to be spent. Like, money's energy is going to come and go.
Yeah.
But you've got to realise
it's
that
paper.
and it's the energy you put behind the money that you earn as well. Because if you're constantly earning money in a way where it's tight, money's constantly going to come to you in that way, because that's the energy you're putting out there.
Yeah.
But I think if you were to, I think it's about the level of consciousness you're operating at. Because if you're that small fish, I think it's a small way of thinking. If it's constantly like, well, I'm sorry, but my upfront charge is this, before you even figure out what's happening. Because one thing I've realised is, if you've got your community on your back, you're winning. Because if you do a favour for someone, people remember how you made them feel, and people remember kind deeds, and it's karma. If you really think about it, you don't know who that person you help for free is going to be in the next year, 2 years, 2 months. And that person can end up putting you on. Like right now, you could be thinking, oh, I want to be the biggest rapper, I want to be the biggest actress, the biggest writer. And the thing is, just by you maybe helping someone, like, let's say for example, I'm good at writing. Like, I'm good at that. Like, I'm good at that. I'm good at a lot of things. But I can act, I can write, I can dance, I can rap, I can sing, I can do all of that. But if someone has to say to me, yo, can you just help me write this lyric? If I've got the time, there's a difference between not having the time to do something. So I do understand you have to prioritize your own life as well, because you've got to develop as an individual, whatever your goals are. But I feel like if you do have the time genuinely and you're not doing anything, I think it's a form of volunteering. Like, a lot of people will go, I want to work for the BBC, they'll volunteer for the BBC, but the experience that you've got helping your community is so much more, I think personally, more worthy than you going to volunteer for like a TV, I don't know, I just use BBC as an example, so first that came to my hand, but a TV production company or whatever, because the reality is, when you listen, this it's different, man. When you support your community, the energy you get and the support you get is so much more grander,
because the community is always going to be there for you, and this is where you live.
And the same people you see growing up, with the same people you see coming down. So I think just really think about what you're doing. I mean, there's no right or wrong, but I think you've really got to think about what you're doing. Like, really think about it and really consciously make decisions that are made from a conscious perspective. Because certain times when we do things, it's constantly I. But if you move as a way, that we energy, like most people that are rich,
that's how you move as a community. Rich people move as a community.
Rich people move as a community, and I think you've got to realise this: in order for you to be rich, you've got to provide a service. And if you're constantly serving yourself, you will never get anything, because you can't work alone. You've got to work as a team, and there's nothing wrong with putting aside time.
Yeah, like, it's that thing as well. Like, I've got to say this, because you got The Weeknd. You know The Weeknd, right? Yeah. The Weeknd gave probably almost half of his album to Drake.
Oh, wow.
For nothing. Do you know what I mean? That's how, and then Drake put him on.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, like The Weeknd, like, used to write with Drake. So so half of his album, like the album, Drake, Take Care. Oh yeah. That's what he gave it to Drake, just for nothing. You know what I mean? Wow. But then Drake put him on. And then when Drake is going to tour, first time The Weeknd came to the UK and performed, and that's how he blew.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm saying? So he never really thought of like money. You know what I mean? Oh, pay me first or
Think
whatever.
of the bigger picture.
And then he put him on.
Yeah.
People don't know that as a group, they moved as a group.
As a group.
Yeah,
as a
moved that. They didn't think about the money first.
Yeah.
And the money is always going to be there.
It's always going to be. They'll come. The thing is, money will always come. But you've got to realize how you earn your money is important, because money will always come. Just be wise enough to realize that. And I think a lot of the times we neglect our communities, because I did it. I moved to London thinking, oh, you know, there's nothing for me here in Liverpool. But it took for me to leave, actually start living the life of my dreams, to understand what is living the life of your dreams if you can't spend it with the people that you love or the people that allowed you to be where you are. It's not the same.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. So your last answer is group economic is the best way, right?
I think it's the best way. I think if you really can and you've got the time to facilitate a space where you can help people, then do it. Yeah. I mean, everyone's situation is different, it's unique, and what everyone's trying to be put on and everyone's trying to win and whatever. Yeah. But just try to understand how you're going to win and why you want to win, because if you've got your why and your how, and that's going to help. Don't constantly think about the when, because you can't define when you'll become rich, successful or whatever.
Alright, group economic, guys. You know, for me, that's what I do all day, every day, all day.
Yeah, that's true. Sanji does do that every day.
What about it for you?
Yeah, I'm learning not to do that more often. I've always done it, but I think now it's just those things that I consider. So if I've got the time, like, I'm not gonna lie, if I've got the time for it and I haven't got other projects going on in terms of like my life and other personal stuff going on, I'm definitely there. Alright,
you got any question, guys? You got any comment or anything like that, leave it at the bottom. So I'll get back to you, yeah?
Keeping it real.
Keep it locked.
Keeping it real.
Zonji.
Ruvimbo.